What's up, my 20 subscribers, including my whole family, so that's like 15 actual other people outside my family. Not that I don't appreciate my family, because I do. I am doing a video today on the blue Supra. Kind of did a small introduction on the white car and what's going on with it. It's kind of like under construction still. I'll do minor stuff on that soon. But for right now, I want to focus on the blue car because it's running and it's got a lot kind of going on already. But it is mostly stock for the most part. Go over a quick brief introduction on it. Let's get started. For one, it is a 1987 dark pearl blue. It's pretty, I'm not gonna say it's rare because then people will tell me no, that color's not rare, but I haven't seen too many of them, which is pretty special to me. It is hardtop turbo, original 5-speed, which that part of it is kind of rare and a lot of people look for. I got it off of a guy who basically just daily drove it, didn't do too much with it. He did actually have a tow hitch on it, which I've left on because just haven't taken it off because he used to tow his motorcycle to the track. That's kind of like a little background of it. It was originally owned, or he was the second owner. The first owner kept it in a garage on carpet, was very meticulous about the car. That's why it's in such good shape. There's, of course, minor things, a couple dents here and there. It is a driver. It's not a sitter. It's not a show car. I beat this thing. Like, I'm easy on it, but I beat this thing, because that's what it is. It's a Supra. You're supposed to drive it. All right, we'll get down to it. From the outside, it does have RPF ones on it. I try to keep it as most stock as possible, but I wanted to revamp and to add a little new styling and stuff to it. They are 17x8 in the rear, 17x7 in the front. 225 tire on the front, 255 on the back. It's got kind of more of a drag setup, but also so that it can handle cornering and stuff, because I do prefer to go around corners with this car, being a manual. On the outside, it's pretty much all stock. I haven't changed anything with the body, the spoiler, everything that you see is factory. Suspension. It does have TN coilovers on it, or tie-in coilovers, however you pronounce it. Brakes I've done mostly maintenance stuff, nothing crazy. Let's get to the interior. It is, the factory blue interior, the blue on blue. It's very 80s and stands out. I do have a aftermarket steering wheel in it. It is a Renown. I love it. I love the feel of it. It's definitely better than my original steering wheel. It was all cracked up and needed to be replaced. There's a couple things I have replaced. The boot, this is like a nice, pretty genuine leather boot. Nothing crazy or special about it. The other one was just tore up. Shifter does need to be replaced. It literally just started tearing here and it's just slowly been falling apart. Aftermarket stereo, I did not install, was already installed. It does have an HKS boost controller, an electric boost controller. We'll get more into that when I lift the hood. HKS boost gauge. And let's go on the other side. AEM air-fuel to ratio gauge. Very basic, little pod holder. The one in my white Supra is a little nicer, but it does the job. Like, don't need to get any extra about it. It does have a Momo adapter for the steering wheel. I replaced the floor mats, but that's pretty much it. Carpet wise, I need to do more because there is some imperfections in places, and eventually I need to touch up the interior spots. They're not perfect, but it's very clean for its age, being 30 years old. Let's see, let's go ahead and get straight to the business. As you can see, it's pretty much factory. Like, really nothing has been changed to this motor. Very minor things and mostly performance related. What I have done is spark plugs and what's it called? Spark plugs and wires. Gosh, it's taking me a second. Spark plug and wires, and that's it. I don't think I put that on there. I don't even remember. Yes, I did. I did put this on because this was from the white car. But that was it, because it did have a stock airbox on it. The other guy, the stuff that he did to it was the electric boost control, as you saw in there, so that he could run a little bit more boost. This is from the AFM. It's from a SC 400 or LS 400. They're both V8s, so you can get them out of either. And then this was originally off the car, and you basically just swap this piece onto this, and then there's like something on the back of this that you can like change and tune, and that's how you kind of like cheat the computer into doing more boost. It's very basic and easy kind of to do. That's like the first thing that everybody does with like a 7M, you know, and then bigger injectors. I think these are 440s. I don't remember, either 400s or 440s. I want to say 440s. They're not as big as the ones that were in my white car when I got it. That's it. It did have a head gasket job done. That's why I haven't over boosted it and blown a head gasket and all kinds of stuff that is very typical with these. I have been driving this car for a while. I haven't had hardly any issues. It makes a little bit of timing noise, but nothing to really be concerned about. If anything does happen, I'll just put probably a 1JZ VVTi motor into it. But that's it. Everything else is factory and still there. The only thing that's not really there is the suspension automatic like switch that you can do from sport to normal, because I do have aftermarket coilovers on it. That's it with this. Now for parts of the car that we can't see, like the transmission, when I got it, was kind of bad. There were some issues you could definitely notice going into gears. It didn't always want to go into gears. Third was my biggest issue. All my friends kind of like mess with me about that. Oh, you can never get into third. It was true, like I physically couldn't get into third, but now I can, because I did the Mollencrawler billet forks and whole synchro kit from Drift Motion. I had that installed with my dad and two of his buddies, Skip and Rodney. Appreciate their help a lot, because I would not have been able to do it on my own. Probably with friends, but it would have been a terrible experience and just not easy. But we got it done, and it's way better with it now. It does have a one-piece drive shaft, because the two-piece drive shaft that was in it is just completely shot. That one was provided by the drive shaft shop, which is local in Florida. What else was that? That's pretty much it. Besides that, the car's pretty much factory. I mean, it's definitely a special car though, and I got it for a really, really good price. But I have done a lot to it with maintenance wise. I've replaced countless parts, motor mounts, transmission mounts. I'm getting ready to do almost every arm you can think of and bushings you can think of. I have to do that because you can hear some clunking and stuff here and there. Front brakes I have, back brakes I need to do and haven't done. The rack and pinion I replaced the same week I got it because I needed to. It basically blew apart and power steering fluid was all over the place as soon as we brought off the trailer. So that kind of sucked. So the car sat for a little bit, but right now it's just like a driver. Other than my Subaru, I daily drive this thing almost as much as that. So it's a driver. It does not sit. And it's reliable. I mean, it's Toyota, so what can you expect? A lot of people will say they're not reliable because they have 7Ms, but for me, it's reliable. I've had a lot of help doing stuff to this car. My dad, Dave, Davey, his son, countless people that I can't think to name right now, but of course will over time. And then for life status kind of update stuff, I will be cleaning this today for a good reason. Hopefully that's in the next video. If it's not in the next video, then it wasn't for a good reason. It sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the Supra. Little life updates, and hopefully I have a cool update for the next video. Probably coming tomorrow, maybe. Probably not to you guys tomorrow, but for me, I have to do it tomorrow. That's about it. That's Blue Supra, and thanks for watching.